What is up, sunflowers? Summer is live with another travel guide. This time, we're headed to Denver, Colorado.
Somewhere far away, I
Now, some of you guys are probably wondering why the heck would this beach lover end up traveling to a landlocked city? You're in for a treat. Denver is the perfect blend of city, nature, food, arts, and culture. And honestly, there's something for everyone in this city. Now, only a quick plane ride away from Los Angeles, it made for the perfect summer getaway. I got to spend 4 days in the city, and I've compiled in this video my favorite places to eat, my favorite things to do, and helpful tips if you are planning a trip to Colorado soon. Traveling to and from Denver. Round-trip flights from Los Angeles to Denver start as low as $45 and can go all the way up to $250 depending on how early you book as well as what time of the year it is. Luckily, I was able to use my Chase credit card points, yes, shout out Chase, and I actually got to pay for this flight using points, so I basically got it for free. If you guys have any questions about travel credit cards, feel free to message me on Instagram or leave a comment below. There is a time difference though that I didn't really realize until I got there, but yeah, do take note of that. Now, when you actually get to Denver, you have the choice of renting a car or not renting a car. And basically for this trip, I was there for 4 days and I decided on not renting a car. And you know what? It worked out really well, especially because I ended up joining some tours and my location where I was staying was pretty central to the city, and it was an easy walk and an easy Uber if I needed to go somewhere far. So highly recommend it if you are going to be staying longer than 4 days. You could possibly rent a car so that you can go and explore the mountains on your own and go at your own pace. But if you're kind of here for a quick and easy trip, you don't really want to have to deal with parking the car, and you don't really want to have to deal with trying to navigate around Denver city traffic, which is also pretty big. I'm from LA though, so it wasn't as bad. But definitely take that into consideration if you are trying to rent a car. Ubers are readily available and are pretty affordable as long as you make sure to book your ride not during the peak hours. So you want to make sure that the prices aren't surging. It's crazy though, if you just wait like 2 minutes, sometimes the prices will change drastically. So be vigilant about that. But basically you should be able to get around the city with no issue. Another thing that is really popular in not only Denver, but in a lot of other busy cities as well, are Lime and Lyft scooters. These are super awesome if you are a solo traveler. I highly recommend it. If you don't know how to scooter, don't be afraid. Go take one and practice on an empty road because it's not that difficult. And I'm sure you can get the hang of it in no time. You should probably wear a helmet. They don't have any helmets available. Also, just a side note, they do not let you ride on the sidewalk, so you do have to ride in the bike lanes next to the cars, which can be kind of intimidating or scary. If you're not solo traveling and you are traveling with somebody else or a group of people, Uber is the way to go because you split the cost and it'll be much cheaper and you don't have to scooter. If you want to do the scooter option, just make sure to download the app beforehand. All right, now this is a secret, not so secret, but it's actually available to everybody in Denver, traveling or local, and it is called the free mall bus. I actually got to the city and saw it. I didn't read about it or hear about it when I was researching, but I'm so glad that now I know, because the next time I will go back, I will definitely make more use of it. It is awesome. This free mall bus ride is actually an electric bus that starts all the way from Union Station, travels down 16th Street all the way to the Civic Center and back around. So you can practically hop on and hop off at any points in between those and explore the city. So you don't even need a car, it's free. I landed in Denver on a Wednesday evening and took an Uber to my hotel. I am so happy. I don't really know how I ended up at this one, but I'm so glad that I did. Hotel Teatro is a beautiful and charming Renaissance Revival building located in an awesome location in downtown Denver, walking distance from Larimer Square, which is a super hip and trendy place to eat and hang out. A really nice place, and it just so happens that the hotel was right across the Four Seasons. I had no idea when I booked it. I used tickets at work and I was just trying to find the most affordable options, and I'm so glad. This hotel is super cute and has this lovely, nice, and charming aesthetic to it. The rooms are small, but you know what? You don't really need a big room if you're going to be exploring the city. And just there's like subtle things in the furniture and the way that the lobby was laid out that just makes it seem so cozy, but also like you're in a movie, which I loved. I got to try the Nickel, which is the restaurant that they had. Silver dollar pancakes were delicious. Veggie omelette and potatoes were good. And they served those pancakes with watermelon jam. Delicious. So definitely check that out if you guys have the chance. And they do have pretty awesome amenities. They offer free bikes that you can use. They do offer courtesy vehicle rides around the city within 2 miles. Although, note, they did not have this available because of COVID. So hopefully by the time you travel, that service will be back. And they do have a gym as well. I didn't get to work out just because I was short on time. And I'm also on vacation. All right, here's my favorite part, things to do. I'm gonna start with what I did and what I highly recommend you do as well. The first is the Denver Botanical Gardens. If you are a plantita, or you just love nature, or just like learning about plants and beautiful creations, guys, Denver Botanical Gardens was one of my highlights. I'm like getting giddy just thinking about it. They have plants from all over the world, and they have a giant tropical greenhouse where you can explore all those indoor plants, like that one, my monstera right there. I thought that was a big plant. Nope. There is a monstera almost the size of me. Crazy that it exists here in America. I always thought that it's something, you know, that I would find back home in the Philippines, and it's so cool to see the tropical gardens right here in Denver, Colorado. Definitely recommend it. I will say that you should buy your tickets online. I just bought it through my phone and it costs $15. Bring a reusable water bottle. They have water filling stations all around the park, which will be great. Bring a hat if it's hot, sunscreen of course, and try to go on a weekday if possible, because you don't want to be there when they're having the weddings and you don't want a lot of guests there. Because it's nice to kind of stroll, you know, and get to enjoy without being squished with people. Second, of course, is Rocky Mountain National Park. If you know Colorado, or if you hear Colorado, you always hear them talk about the Rockies and the Rocky Mountains. This is probably the most popular spot and what Denver is really known for. So yes, you must check it out. It's worth the hype. It is beautiful. Like I said, if you rent a car, if you end up staying longer, I think it would be an amazing drive up there. It is a little scary just because of how high you are in elevation. You go all the way up to like 14,000 feet. You know, you'll hear them say 14ers a lot. It's pretty exciting and pretty thrilling to be in the van. The views on the way to the mountain are just beautiful. Like that van ride in itself was already worth it. Not only that, we got to see a bunch of animals. An elk, a bull, a lot of elk actually, a coyote, a pika, and it was just amazing. I highly recommend it, and you're gonna just immerse yourself in beautiful trees, aspen trees that are already changing color. So make sure to check out the time of the season so you can start to see that change in color from the leaves. Honestly, I feel like it would just be amazing to actually go there as well when it's winter, to see the snow falling and to see all white. Definitely recommend Rocky Mountain National Park. Third on the list is the Breckinridge tour that also includes the Red Rock Amphitheatre. Breckinridge tour is known as one of the top ski and snowboarding spots. Even though it is not snowing and it is not winter, I still recommend making the trip here. Beautiful gondola ride, highlight of the trip, quaint town with yummy food. That gondola ride gives you some awesome views, and it just takes 15 minutes. Super easy. And did I mention the gondola is free? You gotta double check that they're open because sometimes they are closed, so make sure to check in advance that they are open so you can hop on and enjoy the summer activities that they have at the top of the ski lodge. We did make a stop prior to going to Breckenridge to Red Rock Amphitheatre. I've been told that this is the spot to watch a concert. For music lovers out there, they do yoga out here too. A lot of people were exercising and going up and down the steps. I can only imagine. I would love to go watch a concert there. Next on the list is Berry Block. This is a pretty quaint little alley filled with a bunch of trendy and hip bars and restaurants. I should mention, make sure to look up because you'll see this super cute light decoration made with milk bottles. Next on the list is Larimer Square. Larimer Square, as I mentioned before, was just a couple minutes walking from our hotel. There is a bunch of restaurants. These are on the fancier side, I believe $3 signs, which is crazy because the $3 signs are still cheaper than LA. Next, of course, is Graffiti Tours and Denver Central Market. Denver Central Market is often compared to Boston. Really highly recommend you go here and check it out on a weekend. It's poppin'. Different kinds of food, Italian, I had lunchbox, they have seafood there. I don't know where they get it from, but they have seafood, bakeries, chocolate, and ice cream as well. You keep walking past Central Market, there's a bunch of bars and really, trendy hip spots to hang out on the weekend. And the walls, once again, are lined with beautiful graffiti art. You can definitely do a tour as well. I didn't have time to do it, but I highly recommend it if you are into graffiti and art. Alright, number 7 on the list is my recommendation, even though I did not go there. I really badly wanted to visit. Unfortunately, I didn't have time.
Garden of the Gods and Pike's Peak. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and you should definitely add it to your bucket list.
If you're looking for something that's more active, not too far away from the city, I highly recommend going to Washington Park, doing a bike ride or going kayaking, which is really nice. I actually did that before I flew out, and it was super easy. You could just rent a kayak for like $16. Oatly was in it with me and he loved it. So definitely check that out. And of course, if you have any questions at all regarding my trip or my itinerary or my planning, feel free to leave a comment below or send me a message on Instagram at @summerislive. And of course, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to walk in love.